What's up, guys? This is Shauna, aka Mrs. Wealthy Wallet, coming to you all for another quick little short. Right now I am reading Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez. I always forget to add him in there. Joe Dominguez, this is posthumously published because Joe passed away in the 90s. Vicki is still currently alive, and I am currently on page 78. The reason why I read this book a lot slower than I read other books is because it's so chock full of information in regards to evaluating your spending, your life, how much you're doing as far as work, and how that equates to your life's energy. So just reading about that, don't think it's woo-woo, by the way. I don't mean like life's energy like that. I mean like you only have so many minutes left in your entire life to live. Say that you live by a certain age. So you only have so many hours of life, so many minutes of life. And we spend the majority of it working. So this just makes you evaluate how much you spend on clothes, gas, car repairs, commuting, and all of that, as well as the hours that you're spending at work, and makes you put a real dollar amount on how much that actually is versus like the rest of your life and stuff like that. And it's trying to make you reevaluate, find your passion in life, and try to get you to like go after your passion. So that's what this book is mainly about. It's also like the financial independence. You hear it over and over and over again in the financial independent community. This is the book that has started them on the journey. So she has rewritten this book. This is the 2018 version for the younger generation because she basically went away. She lives in this community in, I believe, California. It's an island. And when she came back, she wanted to see like what her impact was, and she found that there was this financial independence community that has popped up over the years that has kind of revived her whole mission in life in the first place with Your Money in Your Life. She is also an environmentalist, so she's also making you think about your impact on the environment. I know some of you all don't really care about your impact on the environment. I'm kind of teetering on the edge. I know that it's horrible, my impact on the environment, but it's like, I don't know. It seems overwhelming for one, and I try to do what I can, but I know I should do more. I literally just love this book. I love the first book so much that when I heard that she was doing the second book, I kept watching and trying to figure out when she released it. And I finally saw that she released it. It has a foreword written by Mr. Money Mustache. And if any of you all in the FI community, you all know who he is. He is the guy who retired at the age of either 32 or 34 years old. He came into the industry. Him and his wife were engineers. And I think they were making like $100,000 and some odd $1,000 together. But they discovered that they could actually retire early. He created this whole cultish community of, you know, mustachians, they call them. And he teaches people how to stop spending all your money on everyday life and start saving it, and how easy it can be to start saving your money, and just basically how to create financial independence. Because when it comes down to it, that's what I would like. You know, one of the things that I feel myself as an American in American society is that we don't have a lot of stability in the workforce anymore, and we're always waiting for that shoe to drop. And I want to get to a point where it's okay for that shoe to drop. I'm kind of at that point right now, but you know, we still would like to have my income coming in, but I want to be at the point where it's okay that if I lose my job, you know, it's okay, everything's fine. But I want to be at the point where if I were to lose my job, I would have money to float us through. So like, it wouldn't matter. Like, I wouldn't have to go back to work, because it's like right now I have to work. And in order to get the student loan paid off, I have to work. So that's where we are right now. If I want a car, I have to work. Yeah. So I'm not to the point of being financially independent. That's probably another 10 years after we get the student loan paid off. That's where we will be at the point of financial independence, if my husband lets me continue to drive this ship. But yeah, love this book. This is the book that, you know, kind of made me realign myself and, you know, envision, okay, this is where I want to go. This is where I want to be. I want to be to the point where I don't have to rely on a paycheck. I can have a paycheck, but I don't need it. You know, I want to be like that. That I have enough money set aside, that in the case of any emergencies or anything like that, you know, the money is there. Like right now, what's hurting my heart more than anything is, I'm gonna try to do this without crying. My grandmother's getting older. She has Alzheimer's. My grandfather is in his mid-90s, and my grandmother's 90, and he falls a lot, and sometimes she gets down on the floor. She can't get back up, and my mom is struggling with them, and it's just hard. And she wants to get to the point where she knows she can't put her in a home because we can't afford it. You know, my grandmother worked for literally a casket company with us growing up. And I remember going in there and the caskets were in there. And sometimes there were actually bodies in the caskets, guys. Because, you know, like when you transport a casket, they have to go in and fix stuff because stuff moves around. And so there were actual bodies in there sometimes. And the company out of the blue just let her go after years and years of service. The only thing she ever knew. So she didn't know retirement, you know, savings and all stuff like that. She's a Social Security person. So my mom doesn't have enough money to put her in a home. So she would have to, you know, they're going to have to separate my grandmother and my grandfather, who are married to each other, because my mother can't take care of everybody. And it's just sad, y'all. It's just sad. So I want to be at the point where I have enough money that if anything like this ever happens again, like my mother's wish is like, if I ever get Alzheimer's, she's told us, put me in a home. And I don't want that ever, I don't ever want to go against her wishes, even though it's my mama and I love her and I would prefer for her to be with us. But if that is her wish, I want to make sure that I'm able to take care of that. And say like my husband, you know, we often pay to help his father fly home a lot. And a ticket to Africa is anywhere from $1,700 to $2,000 every time, round trip. So, you know, whenever we do that, that's a lot of money out of our pocket, you know. So I want to be to the point where it's no longer a question of, okay, if we do this, how long will it be before we're back upright? You know, one of the nice things I was able to do this weekend, we went out painting. If you all followed me on Instagram, you saw my Instagram stories that we went painting together as a family. And we went to dinner, and it was me, my niece, my sister, my big sister, who I call her. She's my cousin, but we were raised like sisters, so she's my big sister, and my mom. And I called my husband and I said, we're out eating right now. Can I pay for dinner? And he said, of course. Why are you even asking me that? So before the bill came, I walked over to the waitress and I handed her the card and I said, they don't know I'm doing this. Go ahead and pay for it. We got this. So thanks to like my husband's bonus and stuff like that, I was able to pay for our dinner. Granted, it was not a lot. I thought it was going to be a lot more than what it was. You know, it's a lot cheaper than us paying for dinner sometimes for other people. But you know, it really was an experience, and it was worth the feeling and, you know, the family and everything like that. It was worth every penny. So, you know, you can't replace that. So, yeah, like I said, this is like going away from this, but this is why I want to get to this point where I can actually spend more of my life enjoying my family. So, yeah, good book, good read. As you see, I'm already marking it up because her instructions on this book is, of course, to read it. And then once you finish reading it, she says, read it all the way through. Once you finish reading it, go back and do the tasks that are marked in the pages. But you all just don't know how much I love this book. You'll see. I'm writing all through this book. The other book is the same way. It's got highlights all through it. Like this is life. And my coworker thinks I'm crazy because he's like, people just write books so they can make money. And I was like, no, this is the book that you need to read. Of all books, a lot of them are garbage out there, because trust me, I got a lot of garbage on my shelf that I've had to clear out over the years. But this one right here, trust me, it's worth the money to read it. So if you all get a chance, definitely check out Your Money or Your Life. I guess it gives you new insight on the whole debt. It gives you new insight on just spending just to spend, reevaluating your excess. And I think the shirt fits perfectly. Minimalism. Subtract the part where it says strive for perfection, because it's not about perfection, but minimalism, because one, it's better for the environment. Two, it's better for your pocketbook. So yeah, check out the book if you all get a chance. Love it, love it, love it. I am going to continue reading this. I am traveling this week. No telling when I'm going to post this, because I'll probably be back by then. But I got to go do evaluations for my employees. But yeah, check the book out. Until next time, guys, remember that the best type of wallet is always going to be a wealthy one. Hasta la próxima. Peace.